The ground was shaking. Smoke was everywhere. Buildings had fallen. Fires burned in the distance. The war had reached the city's heart, and nothing looked alive anymore. Logan Carter, a human soldier, walked slowly through the ruins. His left arm was bleeding. His leg was hurt. His gun was out of bullets, but he kept moving. He had to find a safe place, or at least a quiet corner to rest. His breath was heavy. Every step felt like fire. Then he heard it, a small cry, very soft, like a child. Logan stopped. He looked around. The cry came again. It didn't sound human. He limped toward the broken wall of a half-destroyed house. Carefully, he pushed away a metal beam and some bricks. Behind it, hidden under a blanket of dust and rubble, was a small alien child. Her skin was light blue, glowing softly. Her eyes were big and full of fear. She had small tendrils instead of hair, and her tiny arms were shaking. She looked no older than 5. For a moment, Logan froze. She was the enemy species. The same aliens who destroyed his squad. The same aliens who killed his best friend yesterday. But this child was just crying, lost, alone. She looked up at him and didn't scream. She just whispered something in her language, holding out a small hand. Logan's heart cracked. He should have walked away. He should have left her. But something in her eyes, something deep called to him. Not fear, not hate. Just pure, desperate trust. Very slowly, Logan bent down and reached out. She crawled into his arms without a word. Her body was warm, trembling. She buried her face in his chest. The soldier held her close. A strange warmth passed through him. His pain faded a little. Not gone, but lighter. Like her touch was healing. "What's your name?" he asked softly. She blinked, confused. She didn't understand English, but she looked at him and smiled a little. Now hit him harder than any bullet. A loud boom shook the ground again. The war wasn't over. Logan wrapped the child in a torn piece of cloth and held her tighter. "We need to move," he said, mostly to himself. "Let's get you out of here." He started walking again, one arm holding her, the other hanging uselessly by his side. Every few steps, he had to stop and breathe. His wounds were worse than he thought. Blood ran down his leg, but the child didn't cry anymore. She simply rested against him, glowing faintly. As he moved through the broken streets, he saw more bodies. Human and alien. Friends and enemies. It didn't matter now. The city was dead. Logan passed a mirror sticking out from the rubble. He saw himself in it, face covered in blood and ash, eyes tired, carrying an alien child through fire and smoke. It looked unreal, like a dream, but it was real. Suddenly, he heard engines in the sky. Not human, alien patrols. He ducked under an old truck and covered the child with his body. Her glow faded slightly, like she knew it was dangerous to be seen. The ship passed without stopping. When Logan crawled out, his side hurt badly. He sat down for a minute, breathing hard. The child reached up and touched his wound. Her fingers glowed, and the pain lessened again. "What are you?" he whispered. "Why do you care if I live?" She didn't speak. She just looked at him with those wide, bright eyes in that moment. Logan knew she wasn't just any child. She was special. Maybe someone important, maybe someone powerful. But right now, she was a scared girl in a burning city, and he was the only one who could keep her alive. Logan stood up again, holding her close. "I got you, kid," he said. "I don't know who you are, but I won't let them take you." She looked at him, and for the first time, she nodded. Logan pushed forward through the wreckage, holding the alien child close to his chest. His breath was sharp, his back burned. His wounds were worse now, Blood soaked into the cloth wrapped around his side. But he didn't stop. The child, glowing softly, had fallen asleep in his arms. Every time he looked at her small, peaceful face, he forgot about the pain for a moment. But the danger was far from over. The sky above them was no longer quiet. Strange ships flew in circles, searching. The sound of drones buzzed in the air. Alien soldiers patrolled the broken roads. Logan knew he was being hunted. They weren't just looking for humans. They were looking for her. He hid in a broken alley, kneeling behind a pile of metal. From there, he watched two alien scouts walk past. Their armor was black, eyes covered with glowing lenses. They moved quickly, searching, scanning. One of them spoke in a deep voice, almost robotic. Logan didn't understand the words, but he heard one word repeated again and again. Coriel. Coriel. That had to be her name. He looked down at the sleepingchild.ca. Single quotes are IE-led. She shifted in his arms, a soft hum vibrating from her skin. Her glow brightened just for a second. The aliens outside froze. One of them turned sharply toward the alley. Logan's heart raced. He ducked lower, pressing his body into the shadows, holding his breath. He held her tighter, willing her to stay quiet. The alien took a step forward, then another. A few more seconds, and Logan would be seen. Suddenly, a loud explosion shook the ground from somewhere nearby. The patrol looked up, shouted something, and ran toward the blast. Logan didn't wait. He moved fast. Limping, gasping, he crossed into another alley and disappeared into a sewer tunnel half covered by rubble. Inside the tunnel, it was dark and wet. The smell was horrible, but it was safe. For now, he laid Coriel down on a dry patch of stone and sat beside her, his hand on his wound. The pain was sharp now. He gritted his teeth. The child opened her eyes. She saw the blood and reached for him with both hands. No. He said softly, smiling. Save your energy. But she ignored him. Her hands pressed gently to his chest. A soft blue light passed from her skin to his. Warmth filled him. The bleeding slowed. The pain faded slightly. I don't know how you're doing this, he whispered, but thank you. Coriel didn't speak. She just blinked, slowly, as if tired. Then she leaned against him, resting her head on his shoulder. That tiny action made Logan's chest tightened. He had no idea who she truly was, but she trusted him, and he would protect her later. As the sounds of war died down for the night, Logan carefully checked his map. A small human base had been marked just a few miles south. It might still be standing. If he could reach it, he could call for help, but getting there would be hard. With Coriel, it would be almost impossible. She couldn't walk fast. She glowed too much in the dark. And she was clearly important. Every alien out there was searching for her. Logan had to be smart. He tore a strip of black cloth from his uniform and gently wrapped it around her glowing arms, trying to dim the light. She looked at him with confusion. Sorry, he said. It's to keep you safe. She gave him a small nod like she understood. Logan smiled. You're tougher than you look. Coriel suddenly raised her hand and pointed at his chest. He looked down. A strange symbol had formed over his heart, glowing faintly blue. It hadn't been there before. What is that? He whispered. Coriel placed her small hand over the symbol. Then, in perfect English, she spoke for the first time. Marked. Logan froze. You speak English? She nodded slowly. Only a little. You saved me. Now you are marked. Marked for what? She didn't answer, just looked at him with soft, glowing eyes. That night, Logan couldn't sleep. The war? Outside was quiet for now, but his mind was not. Why had she marked him? Why did her people want her back so badly? And what would they do to him when they found out he had touched her, carried her, and now bore their strange symbol? Logan walked through the ruined sewer, his boots splashing quietly in the dirty water. The tunnel stretched long and dark, with broken lights flickering above him. He was tired. His wounds still ached, but he kept moving. Coriel walked beside him now, holding his hand. Her glow was dimmed under the black cloth, but her skin still shimmered faintly in the dark. She hadn't said much since last night, just one word, marked. Logan couldn't forget it. He kept glancing at the glowing blue symbol over his heart. It was part of his skin now burned into him without pain, without fire. What does it mean? He asked again. Coriel looked up at him with those glowing, alien eyes. You saved me. You carried me. You bled for me, she said slowly, her voice soft and broken. That means life mark. Life mark. She nodded. My people. They believe in bonds, blood bonds. If someone protects a child with their life, they become family. Logan blinked. Family. I don't even know your full name. Coriel stopped walking. Her small face grew serious. My name is Coriel Tixon, daughter of Queen Valera. I am heir. Logan stood still. He looked down at her. You're a princess. Coriel tilted her head. Higher, future queen. Logan felt the weight of her words like a punch to the chest. All this time, he thought she was just a child. A scared alien girl caught in a war. But she was royalty. He had carried an heir to an alien. Empire across a battlefield, and now? He was marked by her. Logan leaned against the tunnel wall, suddenly feeling very small. Kid, what happens if your people find me with you? Do they kill me? Arrest me? What? Coriel shook her head. They take me. They judge you, maybe, bond you, maybe, end you. Logan laughed bitterly. Great. So I'm either married or dead. Coriel didn't laugh. She stepped closer to him and placed her hand over his mark again. My mother will be angry, but you saved her daughter. That is sacred. She must honor it. Logan sighed and slid down the wall, sitting on the cold floor. Coriel sat beside him. Why were you alone? He asked after a while. Why wasn't someone protecting you? Coriel looked down. We were hiding. Enemies came. They found us. My guards died. My mother fought. She told me to run. I did, but I got lost. Tears formed in her eyes, but she blinked them away. I thought I would die alone. Logan looked at her for a long time. Then he reached over and gently squeezed her hand. You're not alone. Anymore? Coriel smiled. A small, soft smile. Just then, a sharp sound echoed through the tunnel. A metallic clank. Boots, more than one pair. Logan stood quickly, pulling Coriel behind him. Voices echoed from around the bend. Alien language, fast and angry. They're coming, Coriel whispered. Logan scanned the tunnel. There was a ladder leading up through a metal hatch. Go, he said. Climb. She hesitated. What about you? I'll be right behind you. She obeyed, climbing the rusty ladder quickly. Logan waited until she was halfway up, then followed her. They pushed the hatch open and crawled out into a ruined garden. They were in the ruins of an old museum. Statues of alien warriors stood broken in the overgrown grass. Trees had been burned. Leaves turned to ash. Coriel stood beside a statue, breathing hard. Logan joined her and looked around. We'll rest here, he said, just for a bit. Coriel nodded as they sat in the broken garden. Coriel slowly reached into the folds of her torn robe. She pulled out a small crystal no, bigger than a pebble. It glowed blue and pulsed like a heartbeat. Logan stared. "What is that?" She held it out. "This is my identity stone. It proves who I am." Logan took it carefully. 'Twas warm to the touch, and it vibrated in his hand. "It's alive, not alive, connected to my people, to my mother. It also shows who you are now." Logan turned the stone. A faint image appeared on its surface, his face, his human face, etched in glowing blue. He stared, shocked. "You marked me in your royal system." Coriel looked down. "You are part of me now. You saved me. You are bound." Logan didn't know what to say. His whole life had changed. In just 2 days, he went from being a broken soldier to being tied to an alien queen's daughter. Coriel looked up at him and said softly, "They will come soon. They know I'm alive now, and they'll find me with you." Logan muttered. Coriel nodded. "They will not let you go." The sky above the ruined museum turned a strange shade of blue. Not natural blue, but bright, glowing, electric. Blue. Logan looked up and froze. Coriel looked up too. "They found us," she whispered. A humming sound filled the air. Like a storm was forming, but this storm was not made of clouds. It was made of ships. Sleek silver alien crafts flew in a circle above them, glowing with the same color as the stone Coriel had given Logan. One of the ships lowered toward the ground, slow and silent, like a hawk hunting its prey. Logan grabbed Coriel's hand. "We have to move, now." Coriel didn't argue. She ran with him through the overgrown garden, her bare feet silent on the cracked stone paths. Behind them, the ship landed with a soft thud. The door opened. Alien soldiers stepped out. Their armor shimmered. They looked like statues of living metal, sharp and cold. One of them pointed toward Logan and shouted, "Halt." Logan didn't understand the language, but he knew what that word meant. He didn't stop. He ran faster, even as his side ached and his leg bled again. Coriel struggled to keep up, so he lifted her in his arms, just like he had the first D, and kept running. Energy blasts exploded behind them, lighting the broken trees on fire. "They're shooting at us," Logan shouted. "No," Coriel said, her voice shaking. "They're trying to miss, trying to scare. They won't hurt me." "But they might hurt me," Logan growled. "And I don't like being chased with glowing guns." They ducked into a broken hallway of the museum. Logan kicked open a rusty door and slammed it shut behind them. He leaned back against the door, gasping. Coriel looked up at him, concerned. "You're bleeding again?" "I'll live," he said. Footsteps echoed outside. The alien soldiers were searching the halls. Coriel placed her hand over Logan's chest again, her fingers glowing. "I'll heal you again." "No," Logan whispered. "Save your strength. If they catch us, you'll need your power." Coriel hesitated. Then she nodded. Suddenly a voice rang out through the building, calm, clear, but commanding. It spoke in perfect English. "Human soldier, you are carrying royal blood. You are not authorized to touch the air. Surrender immediately." Logan's jaw tightened. Coriel clutched his hand. "They will not hurt me," she said. "But they don't understand you. They don't trust humans." Logan looked at her. "Do you trust me?" She didn't hesitate. "Yes." That gave him strength. They moved deeper into the ruins. Logan led them down into the museum's basement, cold, dark place full of old alien tech and artifacts. He found a storage room and locked them inside. Dust covered the walls. It smelled like metal and oil. Coriel sat quietly, her knees pulled to her chest. Logan watched the door. His gun was still empty. His body was getting weaker. But he refused to let them take her. "I don't get it," he said softly. "I saved you, marked me, and now your people want to arrest me." Coriel looked sad. "They think you stole me, took me for ransom. They don't believe a human would save me." Logan laughed bitterly. "Course not. Why would a human ever do something good?" Coriel crawled over to him and placed the identity stone in his hand again. "Show them this. Show them the mark. If they see it glow, they might stop." Before Logan could respond, the door burst open. Alien soldiers stormed in, weapons raised. Logan stood up, shielding Coriel with his body. "Stay." "Back!" he shouted. A soldier aimed a glowing rifle at Logan's head. Coriel pushed past Logan and raised her small hands. "Stop." She cried, her voice ringing like a bell. Everyone froze. Her body glowed brightly, now no longer hidden. The symbol over Logan's chest began to glow too. The soldiers stepped back in shock. Then one of them knelt. "Princess, forgive us. We did not know." The others followed, bowing their heads. Coriel stood tall despite her small size. "This human saved me. He bled for me. I marked him. He is not enemy. He is my bond." The lead soldier looked at Logan carefully. "You carry the mark. That cannot be undone. The Queen must see this herself." Logan's heart sank. "Am I being arrested?" "No." The soldier replied, "You are being summoned." They escorted Logan and Coriel to the ship outside. Logan sat in silence, Coriel beside him. The soldiers kept their distance now. No one spoke as the ship rose into the sky. Logan looked out the window at the burning world below. He didn't know what waited ahead. But one thing was clear. He wasn't just a soldier anymore. He was marked. He was bonded, and now he had to face the Queen. The alien ship soared through the sky, silent and smooth. Logan sat near the back, his hands resting on his knees, his heart pounding in his chest. He was surrounded by armored alien guards, but no one spoke to him. No one even looked at him. Directly, only Coriel stayed close. She sat beside him, holding his hand tightly. Her small fingers were warm. Her expression was calm, but there was worry in her eyes. "Where are they taking us?" Logan finally asked. "To my mother," Coriel said softly. "To the Queen," Logan exhaled slowly. "And what is she going to do to me?" Coriel didn't answer. The ship began to descend. Logan looked out the window and gasped. Beneath them was a massive structure floating above the clouds. A glowing alien palace. Its towers curved like blades. Its surface shimmered with light and power. This wasn't just a building, it was alive. Coriel whispered, "Home." The ship landed softly on a silver platform. Guards stepped forward. The doors opened. Logan stood, feeling every wound, every scar. But he stood tall. He followed the guards, with Coriel walking beside him. No chains, no force. But every eye was on him. The halls were silent. The walls glowed with soft blue light. Alien nobles stood at the sides, whispering to each other in shock as the human walked past, wearing the mark. Some looked curious, others looked angry, but none dared to stop him. Finally, they reached a huge door. It opened with a low hum. Inside was a great chamber. At its center stood Queen Valera. Logan had never seen anything like her. She was tall and radiant. Her body shimmered with power. Her hair flowed like liquid silver. Her eyes burned like stars. She stood at the top of the steps, staring down at him. "Bring the child forward," she commanded. Her voice deep and royal. Coriel walked forward. "My daughter," the Queen said, kneeling down to embrace her. "I thought you were lost. Coriel held her tightly. "He saved me, Mother. He bled for me." The queen looked past her at Logan. Her eyes narrowed. "Human," she said coldly. "You touched the air. You carried her. You are marked." "I didn't mean to," Logan said. "She was alone. I couldn't leave her." The queen stepped closer. Her gaze pierced through him. "You bled for her. Yes, you shielded her. Yes, you risked your life for her." "I would do it again." The queen was silent for a moment. Then she raised her hand. A glowing blade appeared in it. Logan didn't flinch. "If I kill you now," she said, "the bond will break." Coriel gasped. "What, Mother? No." The queen didn't lower the blade, but, "If I honor the bond, the price is blood." Logan swallowed. "What kind of price?" The queen walked slowly around him. "You are now part of her path." A bond was formed, a sacred tie. In our law, this is no small thing. You must pay the blood price. What does that mean? She stopped in front of him. "You will give your blood willingly to the bondstone. If you do, your mark will become permanent. You will be tied to her for life." Logan looked at Coriel. She stared back at him, wide-eyed. "I didn't do this to get something," he said. "I just wanted to protect her." The queen studied him. Then, finally, she nodded. "Then prove it. Take the blade. Offer your blood." The blade floated. In the air before him, Logan took a breath. Then, without a word, he took the blade and sliced across his palm. The glowing blood dripped onto the floor, then vanished, absorbed into the chamber's energy. The queen raised both hands. Light poured from the walls. The symbol on Logan's chest glowed brighter. A deep hum filled the air. Coriel stepped forward and pressed her hand to his, their marks connected. The light grew brighter, then vanished. "It was done," the queen spoke. "Again, the bond is sealed. The price is paid. You are now part of the royal line, not by blood, but by choice." Logan looked down at Coriel. She smiled. "You are my guardian now," she said. The queen added, "And if you ever abandon her, the mark will burn you until death." Logan nodded slowly. "Understood." That night, Logan was given a chamber in the palace. He looked out over the alien city still lit by fires of war, still broken. But here, in this place, something had changed. He was no longer just a wounded soldier. He was marked by royalty, and tomorrow, the real test would begin. The royal palace was quiet before dawn. Logan stood on a balcony high above the glowing alien city. He watched strange ships move across the sky. There, lights blinking like distant stars. Below, the war had slowed but had not ended. Behind him, tall crystal doors opened with a soft sound. Coriel walked in, wearing fresh robes of deep silver. Her glow had returned. She looked stronger now, like the little girl he had carried. Through smoke had become someone new. "You didn't sleep," she said. Logan shook his head. "Too many questions. Too many eyes on me." Coriel stepped beside him. "They don't trust you yet. Your mother does," he asked. Coriel hesitated. "She trusts the bond. Not you. Not yet." Logan nodded slowly. "Then, I'll earn it." Later that morning, he was brought to the royal chamber again, but this time it was full. Alien nobles stood in rows on both sides, all dressed in shimmering robes, their skin glowing in different shades. Some looked curious. Some looked angry. A group of elder advisors stood near the queen. Queen Valera sat on her throne, tall and still. Her face gave away nothing. Logan stood in the center of it, all alone. "This hearing," the queen announced, "is to test the truth of the bond." A tall alien stepped forward. His robes were black, his eyes sharp. "I am Counselor Theon," he said. "I speak for the High Blood Council. We do not accept this bond without proof." Logan raised an eyebrow. "Didn't I already give blood?" The counselor frowned. "Blood is not trust. Anyone can spill blood, even traitors." Coriel stepped forward, but the queen raised her hand to stop her. Theon looked at Logan. "You will face 3 tests. Not of strength, but of spirit. If you pass, the bond remains. If you fail, I die." Logan asked. The queen answered calmly, "The bond will be burned from your body, and your memory erased from her name." Logan looked at co-single quotes Arlette. She was scared, so he gave her a small nod. "I'm ready." The first test memory Logan was led to a dark chamber. Inside was a glowing pool of liquid light. "Step in," Theon said. Logan entered. The light rose. Around him, warm and cold at the same time, images filled his mind. He saw Earth, his family, the battlefield, the smoke. The moment he found Coriel under the rubble, the chamber showed it all exactly how it happened. The nobles watched in silence, then they saw something new, a memory Logan had forgotten. Coriel in his arms, crying, and Logan whispering to her, "I don't care what you are. You're safe now, even if it kills me." The chamber went quiet. Queen Valera spoke. "The memory is pure." The nobles murmured the second test. Loyaltila Logan was brought to a room with 2 doors. One door showed Earth away home, his family, his old life. The other showed Coriel crying, locked in a cage. Theon's voice echoed, "One door is real, one is false. You may choose only one." Logan didn't wait. He walked toward Coriel's door as he touched it. The door vanished and Coriel appeared beside him. "You passed," she said quietly. Logan looked at her. "Was it a trick?" "Yes," she said. "But your choice was real." The third test, Pain Logan was taken to a cold chamber. A silver mark was drawn on his chest, the same shape as Coriel's royal crest. "If the bond is true," Theon said, "you will feel her pain." Logan nodded suddenly. Coriel was brought in and told to place her hand in a glowing flame. She hesitated. "Oh, no, I won't hurt him." Logan looked at her. "It's okay. I trust you." Coriel placed her hand in the flame. She cried out but didn't pull away. Logan fell to his knees, gasping. His chest burned, but he didn't scream. He didn't move. Finally, the test ended. Coriel rushed to him, her hands shaking. Logan smiled through the pain. Still alive. That evening, back in the royal chamber, Queen Valera rose from her throne. "The bond is true," she said. "The human has passed." The nobles bowed. Coriel took Logan's hand. He had earned more than trust. He had earned honor. The palace walls shimmered under the morning light. Everything looked calm on the outside, but inside Logan's heart, there was a storm. He stood alone in the Garden of Stars, a quiet place high above the city. The wind carried the scent of glowing flowers. Strange birds flew across the sky. But Logan wasn't thinking about beauty. He was thinking about choice. He had passed the tests. The nobles had bowed. The queen had accepted the bond. But now 'twas up to him. A final decision. Stay here on a foreign world, forever tied to a glowing alien child, or return home to Earth, to his old life, to freedom. Footsteps echoed behind him. It was Queen Valera. She did not wear her crown today. Her face was softer, less guarded. "You have earned my respect," she said quietly. "And more than that, you have earned the right to choose." Logan turned to face her. "What happens if I leave?" he asked. "The bond will break," she said. "The mark will fade. Coriel will survive. But the link between you will be gone, forever. She will feel the loss, even if she doesn't say it. It will hurt her. Logan looked down, and if I stay, you become her guardian, the queen replied. Her protector, her guide. For life, you will be part of our house. Our name, you will never return to your world. Logan's throat felt tight. Why give me the choice at all? He asked. The queen looked toward the sky, because true bonds are not forced, not even sacred ones. My daughter chose you. She trusted you. I will not undo that by making you a prisoner. There was silence between them. Then she said softly, she is waiting for you. Logan walked slowly through the palace halls. Every alien he passed bowed to him now, not because he was human, but because he was honored. He stopped at the door. To Coriel's chamber, it opened without a sound. She sat on a soft, glowing cushion, staring at a star map. When she saw him, her face lit up, but her eyes were unsure. Are you leaving? She asked quietly. Logan knelt in front of her. Do you want me to stay? Coriel looked away. I want you to be free, but I also want you here. He smiled. Then I'll stay. Her head snapped back toward him, eyes wide. You will. Logan nodded. You marked me with your trust. That matters more than anything. I might not understand your world, but I understand you. And that's enough. Coriel threw her arms around him. You're my family now. Logan held her gently. I guess I am. That night, a royal ceremony was held. Aliens from across the star systems arrived at the center of the shining palace. Logan stood before the queen. Again this time, not as a stranger, not as a prisoner, but as part of the royal line. Queen Valera placed a silver crest over his chest. The mark on his skin glowed bright, rising up to meet the crest like it belonged there. She spoke loudly for all to hear. Logan Carter, of Earth, human soldier, life bonded to Coriel Tixon, heir to the throne. You are now bound by choice, by courage, and by blood. You may never return to your world, but you have found a new one. The hall echoed with a strange sound, cheers, chimes, and alien voices in celebration. Coriel stood beside him in glowing robes, holding his hand with pride. She was no longer just a lost child. She was a future queen, and he was her protector. Later, alone in his new chamber, Logan looked out over the stars again. He missed Earth. He missed familiar skies. He missed the sun. But he didn't feel lost, because when he heard small footsteps and saw Coriel peek into the room with a sleepy smile, he knew he was exactly where he was meant to be.